Hey, you. Yeah, I'm talking to you. Stop scrolling. Come here. A little closer. Come on. I want to talk. Say something in your ear. Come here. You want to smell my Get the out.
They make an alright couple, but he's not my type.
Kinda cute, though.
What's up, guys? Today we're talking about Poetic Justice, written and directed by John Singleton. Justice, played by Janet Jackson, is a grieving hair salon worker who has recently lost her boyfriend. Her friend Iesha, Regina King, invites her on a road trip to Oakland with boyfriend Chicago, Joe Torry, as well as postal worker cum rapper Lucky, played by Tupac Shakur. It's also a super romantic hangout picture percolating on some deeper themes. Let's get into it. While I'm sad to say I haven't seen much from Singleton since watching Boys in the Hood in a college intro to film class, I righted that wrong by finally watching Poetic Justice. I was floored by its emotional gravitas, subtle writing decisions, and fantastic acting performances from its two leads in Jackson and Shakur. It's a slow burn, focusing much more on tenderness and romance, dealing with the loss of a loved one in a community that is continually at odds with the local infrastructure despite their efforts to succeed. The crumbling nature of the city of South Central is well drawn in the margins as we watch Singleton's characters interact and try to make sense of their lives. Once upon a time in South Central LA, the prologue is masterfully directed and well lit, visually giving us everything we need to know. I saw a lot of De Palma in this sequence, not to mention a killer split diopter shot. Justice and boyfriend Markel, holy shit, it's Q-Tip from A Tribe Called Quest, while a Tribe song is playing, are on a date at a drive-in movie, while simultaneously we are regaled with a film within a film that they're watching, starring Billy Zane and Lori Petty. Immediately the movie emphasizes color. Lori Petty's character adorned all in blue, while Justice dons a yellow outfit and sits in a yellow car. These color motifs linger throughout the movie, aiding its strong visual language. It feels like a movie admiring the power of film, self-aware of its interaction with these tropes. Justice, grieving, remains inside with her cat White Boy, another emphasis on color in more ways than one, with a voiceover from Angelou treating us to the poetry inside Justice's mind. Poetic Justice, get it? It's cheesy but earnest, endearing us to Justice's recovery. She basically thinks she'll never find love again, especially when it comes to the grinning, confident postal worker Lucky. This guy ain't it. Yet. Tupac shines against Jackson, his face so expressive and his line delivery smooth yet textured. Jackson's demeanor is believably cold as she is not yet willing to let her guard up, giving the audience much needed tension. This may not be a fairy tale ending. Wisely though, Singleton chooses to highlight how budding friendships can blossom into relationships. We get a glimpse into Lucky's personal life, his daughter and estranged ex-girlfriend. By way of their shared trauma, their undeniable connective tissue is laid bare. Regina King's Iesha shows up, and King is just so damn good here, a true icon, urging Justice to have a little fun and go with her in Chicago to Oakland to blow off some steam and maybe get lucky. Justice relents as she has a fashion show to get to in Oakland and her car broke down, and the costuming, hair, and makeup in this movie are absolute knockout, by the way. The movie really clicked in here for me as Singleton's slower pacing up to this point was definitely intentional table setting, and it becomes evident it's just a really vibey hangout flick. Justice and Lucky at first are like oil and water, but eventually through some incredible visual and acting touches, they begin to warm to each other. This section too also emphasizes the movie's themes on family and forming a family and where that foundation can come from instead of where it should. My favorite section of the movie is when the group pulls off the highway smelling barbecue and wander into a family barbecue/reunion. This sequence showcases some great comedic chops as the epitome of unk shows up and welcomes them as some long-distance cousins. Through this very cozy, funny, and comforting section, Lucky notices that no one is fighting, not something he's used to with his family, and for Justice, she never really got this experience as an only child with a mother who committed suicide. Sheesh! These characters are lived in, people you want to crack a beer with and wax poetic. Unfortunately, Iesha and Chicago, both seeming to be in a happy relationship, are coming apart at the seams. Chicago is a premature, well, incredibly self-obsessed. His comb as a visual motif is comedically perfect, while Iesha has an alcohol problem. Singleton is addressing real issues in a movie that feels warm and inviting, a difficult feat to pull off, especially in a romance. It showcases that working through trauma isn't always rain clouds. Sometimes it's a sunny highway with friends. Another scene that I can't get out of my head is when they go to the African carnival. In a triumphant, gut-wrenchingly sweet moment, Lucky grabs a lock of Justice's hair. This physical acting was so tender. This movie has so much yearning behind stoic masculinity and grief-stricken femininity. The chemistry between Jackson and Shakur is off the charts in this seemingly small moment, but it speaks leagues about their characters and where they're going. Healing, after all, is a slow and sometimes arduous, but natural process. The cinematography of this movie, due in part to its homage to 70s road trip aesthetic, is breathtaking. The scenery around the I-5 highway feels like it's ripped from a collection of paintings. 90s lighting felt different. All these scenes have a surreal glow, characterizing Justice even more as we see the world she wants to see. She just has to open herself back up to it. Cinematographer Peter Lyons Collister captures Singleton's romanticism excellently, and given his filmography, friggin' Halloween 4, which also looks really great, the guy knows how to shoot a good-looking picture. Coziness oozes from every crevice of Singleton's vision of California. The soundtrack, though, has so many bangers, with cuts from Tupac himself, TLC, Tony Tone, Pete Rock and CL Smooth, and maybe my favorite Stevie Wonder needle drop ever, Never Dreamed You'd Leave in Summer. Tabasco on Popcorn, holy shit, life-changing. Not to mention the Janet Jackson original Again getting the orchestral treatment while she and Lucky finally kiss overlooking the waves of the Pacific, trees blanketing them. So goddamn dreamy. It all acts as a mixtape and backdrop, just as sonically rich today as it was in 1993. I had several moments watching this like, man, the 90s shit was just better back then. Yet, the kind of bad shit happening in the 90s in America, Single packs that into the margins of Poetic Justice. It all serves to the greater piece of Singleton's message. A movie that is understated, subdued, but loud and human where it has to be. It captures all the things that help us to salve our suffering. Art, culture, and the families we formed along the way. Janet Jackson and Tupac are truly revelatory in their roles. The movie would not work without the absolute aura dripping from these two actors, and for 1993, it was notable to have a film with a black female lead. I was willing to look past the very few blemishes of plot holes and underwritten character beats. It was lost on me that Lucky was an up-and-coming rapper at first, only more so it seemed to me that he idolized his cousin who was doing what he wanted to, but maybe that's the point. And the whole third act felt very rushed. Aside from that, all the actors here, King included, bring a real sense of whimsy to the movie. The side characters especially add so much layering to the movie's already rich tapestry. Justice's salon co-worker Jesse, a stunning Tyra Ferrell, has some of the funniest line deliveries I've ever seen. For a road trip movie to work, the characters have to be people you want to hang out with for 90 minutes or more. Rob Zombie's The Devil's Rejects works mostly because Baby, Captain Spaulding, and Otis have chemistry out the ass. The same can be said here for Lucky & Co. But man, I just wish we'd gotten to see the actor Tupac was becoming here. So excited to see him pop on screen. And Janet, I could watch her act all day. Really, really compelling. The blanket of warmth in Poetic Justice is welcome. It's a film that feels like a relic of its time, but also timeless. It sets your sights to sepia, but less warped record and more high-fidelity mixtape. That Lucky and Justice can find solace from their grief and trauma in a world that bombards them constantly with it. That black women can be rightly valued for the beauty they bring to the world and the people around them in their communities is the real victory of Singleton's movie. In the ending, Justice's grief, black like a storm cloud and worn in her clothes, is exchanged for white clothing, symbolic of a purified soul cleansed of grief. Simple on the surface, but narratively effective. Singleton offers a vision of hope in a time that feels hopeless, that love and community can prevail in a city or nation that is falling apart left and right.
What did you think of Poetic Justice? Is this your favorite of John Singleton's movies? Leave all the comments below. And before you go, don't forget to like this video and subscribe to the channel for more. Until next time, look out for each other, love yourself unconditionally, and rest in power to the singular talent that was John Singleton.